Army ladies. It's a game that expects to bring nothing out of the best, especially from the two sides, since they've been preparing feverishly for the start of the competition. Yes, the Women's Premier League is back, and we just saw a complete demolition of the game involving Police Ladies and their opponents. Quite a tough game against the Halifax Queens. 4-1. It ended in favor of the defending champions. And as their technical brains and their most valuable player told us a while ago, they are only here to repeat what they did last season. 18 games they played, they managed to draw only 6 of them and lost just 1, which tells you that they are very, very fired up for this season. The Epiphany Warrior team, the home team, arriving here at the Medina Astro turf. Very strong team they are, with a lot of young, rich talent. And we'll see a lot of the display on the field of play. They have come here, you know, with a lot of impact, positive impact, by virtue of the fact that last season they may not have ended in a position that they would have wished, but they are looking at a better performance this season. And so they came here all, you know, happy and excited about the fact that the Women's Premier League is back. And they have all said a very big thank you to Malta Guinness. Don't forget that name, Malta Guinness, bringing us the nourishment and the refreshment that we need. Here come the Army ladies team. Always a strong contingent, and they've got some experienced players in there as well who are ready to show us exactly what they are made of. They've performed creditably last season. They would want to do even better from the position they finished last time around. And it promises to be an interesting game also by virtue of the fact that the ladies believe that last season was their time, but they missed a few games in terms of losses and so did not record the wins that they would have wished. They finished in the top 4 last season, but they're looking at a positive and a spirited performance this season around. Joining me here to take a look at the team briefly before we cross over to the field, and Nana Ajua missing in action for a few minutes. You know where I found her? I found her around the Malta Guinness stand. Obviously, she needs to refresh. Nana, now that you have refreshed and back in the hot seat, we've got a good game coming up. Army ladies and Epiphany Warriors. What's your take?
Well, I expect both teams to give us the opener we are expecting.
Yep.
We saw that from Police Ladies. I hope they will keep up with the tempo. We are going to see more goals. We are going to see more saves from the goalkeeping department.
Yep.
It is one thing that we have been talking about. The goalkeeping department to also sometimes it matters when it comes to game of football. Officiating officials should give us the best we are expecting from them this afternoon. We've been told that it's from the Catch Them Young referees.
Yep.
They are doing so well.
Yep.
We pray and hope that they will keep up with that. We want to see fairness in the game. We want to see a fair game this afternoon. I know Army is a strong side, but Epiphany also did some wonders last season. And this season, I believe and hope that they will continue with a good work.
Ghana Army has been one of the strong contenders when it comes to the Women's Premier League. Together with Epiphany Warriors, they have showed clean pair of heels when it comes to this game. And like Nanajua rightly said, we are expecting a lot more from them this season. The build-up has been good. She has visited some of the teams in their quest to turn up a good performance by building a strong and a formidable team. I look at Epiphany Warriors as a team that has a lot of youth in their squad. I take a look at the Ghana Army team and I see a blend of youth with experience. Will that be Army's advantage in this game?
Well, if you look at Epiphany, I think they just signed Coach Nana Adakwa.
Yes.
So if you have experienced coach like that coming to the Southern Zone for a very long time, he was up there at the Northern Zone.
Sure.
This is his first time in the Southern Zone. We are going to see a different coaching style from his part or from his department. So Epiphany, they might be young, but the speed and the pace that they will bring on board, Army have been training. After the league, I know they have been training. There was just a week or 2 weeks break for them. And because it's a service team, they've done recruitment, there are new faces, which is going to make the game difficult for any opponent that will meet them, because now it's just their first game. So I believe that other coaches will sit back, watch the game on Max TV, or they've sent their spies here to watch their opponent, watch their defensive style, their goalkeeping, their forward strikers and everything. They are picking cues from it that their next encounter, we are going to see a different game altogether. So Epiphany can give us a shocker, but trust Army to give them a hot and a tougher game this afternoon.
A shocker in the offing and a hot, enterprising, entertaining game as well. Well, with us here at the Medina AstroTurf is the second CAF Vice President and President of the Ghana Football Association, Kurt Edwin Simon Okreku. He has graced the occasion with his presence, and when we cross over to the field, there's a little ceremony that will go on, of which he will be a part of. He is one of the brains behind the success story of women's football, of course, putting his heart and his soul to it, not himself alone, but together with the Executive Council. And today, we have proud sponsors, Malta Guinness, coming to support women football. It is because of the Malta Guinness support for women football that we have been able to churn out a lot of these ladies who today are proud members, or were once upon a time proud members of the senior national women's team, the Black Queens. A few of them are also engaged at the under 20 level. And of course, don't forget, we also have the younger ones coming up, the under 17s and the under 15s. It's all a culmination of thoughtfulness that was put into putting the Women's Premier League together. And so not only do we want to expect to see the success of the Malta Guinness Women's Premier League, but those at the youth level thereof. And it looks like there's a bright future for women football.
I was on a sister station and I was saying this, just like maybe Utuado will be having some difficulties selecting players for the World Cup.
Yeah.
I think the Black Queens coach will also face the same challenge, looking at the fact that now there are more faces in the women's league, and the transition is there. If you look at Stella Yameche from the youth level to the senior level, the transition is there. So if you're a player in the women's league playing for the top flight football in Ghana, and you are not going to focus and put in hard work, you will be left behind, because your team or your teammates will be playing for the national team and you will still be playing for the local league. So it's a tough game for all of us, even journalists or spectators, to choose or select our best 11 for the national team.
All right, so we'll be crossing carpet. We'll be joining the action on the field of play as the players come out together with the dignitaries. Let's hand over to our set of commentators, Esther Abankwa and Nana Techi Anderson.
Welcome back once again to the Medina AstroTurf. It's a live coverage of the Women's Premier League live on Max TV. Don't forget, this is a special day altogether because we've already had a game where the defending champions were in action and they ended up trashing a team like Halifax Queens by 4-1. But then, for that one, it is done and dusted. Here we go for the second game of the day. But before then, as I rightly indicated, we do have officials here and now to help us officially kickstart the season. And proud to that, we do have two teams waiting to take and have their turns. That is Epiphany Warriors up against another security service side, of course. A team that has been very consistent as well in terms of women's football since they gained promotion to the top tier way back in 2021-2022 season. But until then, what exactly are the thoughts running through the minds of all these players who have assembled here? Haven't seen how Police Ladies had that flourishing performance against Halifax Queens. Women's Premier League, the Ghana Malta Guinness Women's Premier League, which has officially kickstarted. And there you have, working majestically a man who has indeed not only transformed women's football, but has indeed made himself available to see to it that women's football attains that height that every other one would aspire to have. Someone who has so much invested in women's football that he always is ready to show up and be present in order to inspire these girls and let them know that he is indeed different. He is in here now at the moment in order to inspire them on and be present for them and let them have that attention, the mileage, the love that the men have enjoyed for decades uncounted. And that person is no other than the second vice president of the Confederation of African Football, who doubles as the president of the Ghana Football Association, Mr. Kurt E.S. Okreku. The smiles on the faces of even the officials tells you how he has indeed inspired them. They feel so much loved and they are ready to give out their best. Here he is exchanging pleasantries with the players and to greet and shake the hands of the second gentleman at the Confederation of African Football as a player. It's a different inspiration altogether for you, but I need to give out all my best because look, the president is here. Women's AFCON is in the corner. Ghana Supporters Union hailing whom they think deserves the best. The person who has indeed invested a lot in women's football. And there you have it. WPL is indeed back. And that is to connote Women's Premier League. Malta Guinness Women's Premier League is back officially for the 2025-2026 season. And that is how we get things underway. A colorful event altogether. And you can tell from, of course, the colors of the proud sponsor of women's football, and that is Malta Guinness. A colorful event awaiting colorful performance from the second game of the day. Mr. Kurt E.S. Okreku. Women's football is what everyone in recent times loves to watch. Teams have been inspired. Workshops have been organized for various teams, both in the southern zone and in the northern zone. When it comes to capacity building of officials and administrators involved, he has equally championed it. And as such, the teams have now the technical know-how of how they would be able to manage and administer their respective clubs in a very professional way, all thanks to the president of the Ghana Football Association, Mr. Kurt E.S. Okreku. But I've always been saying, as an advocate for women's football, Oliver Twist, he would always ask for more. And knowing that he's someone that holds women's football so dear to his heart, he would indeed listen and ensure that we get more sponsors on board. Women's football is so much appreciative to Malta Guinness for coming on board. A sponsorship that was championed by Mr. Kurt E.S. Okreku, the president of the Ghana Football Association. Malcolm is as well on board as one of the proud sponsors for women's football in the country. And Oliver Twist, we would ask for more. We know what the president is capable of doing. We know he would bring in more sponsors for women's football, both the Women's FA Cup and, of course, the Women's Premier League. Things have officially been done. President has exchanged pleasantries together with the other dignitaries here already. And what is left is for that official kick to get us underway. Don't forget, Epiphany Warriors are up against another security service team in just some few seconds. But until then, we have the midfielder in charge together with his striker. And the midfielder has done that with the striker coming up with that beautiful delivery. And that is how we kickstart the 2025-2026 season officially of the Malta Guinness Women's Premier League. What is left is the game itself. Police ladies assistant for the Southern Zone, they have 3 points plus 3 goals to be good from their opener. Which of these sides will equally take the other 3 points? Or they might end up sharing scores, where each side gets a point. Official activities being done, referees ensuring that everything is in order before the game starts. Epiphany Warriors. It will surprise you to know that Epiphany have done so much well to bring one of the most experienced coaches that we have. In due time, I'll talk about him. But until then, let's take a look at the starting 11 for both sides. Epiphany Warriors have Safiatu Salifu in goal post, Jennifer Dawa, Janet Amewudo, Victoria Amenyo, Jessica Apia Asamoah, Belen Nyako, Jacqueline Intoso, Faustina Tiwa, Ruth Amua, Ellen, together with Ernestina Frimpong Dakwa, and their coach is Jonana Dakwa. Army ladies on the other side, they have Esther Sapon as the goalkeeper, Patience Ache Ajete, Adama Al Hassan, Asana Yahaya, doing ever ready in order to do things well for their side. And there you will know that Patience Ache Ajete is a player to watch out for this afternoon. Referee Bredua Lavia Duodu is the center referee for today's activities. She blows her whistle to get us underway here at the Medina AstroTurf. And it is Epiphany Warriors in white, playing from left to right in the first period, whereas Army ladies are in their traditional green with stripes of yellow, playing from right to left in the first period. Epiphany Warriors with the first incursion at goal. Beautiful control, calmly done by the defense of Army ladies. They just couldn't keep it in place. Mariama Foriwa. The run was not too much as expected, as it was a goal kick to Epiphany Warriors. Epiphany Warriors. And this is where you look at the defense of Efia, of Army ladies, which has the likes of Efia Wedu Chumwa, Asana Yahaya, Angelica Sambek, and Adam Al Hassan, who would be on the right wing of attack for Army ladies. The first few minutes have gone the way of the home side, Epiphany Warriors.
I look at two sides and they've not really settled yet. And we saw that quick incursion from Army ladies. And Epiphany Warriors too, we're looking to have more share of the ball possession, but two teams who are yet to get to settle in their course. There comes Epiphany handling business in the midfield. Ball with Epiphany Warrior. Spread to the right there, but too many green jerseys.
Epiphany Warriors. But ladies, word of that early threat from Epiphany Warriors. Efiabodu Chumua was the one who came to the rescue of ladies. Corner kick, a short one taken by Epiphany Warriors. Goal kick. You would say that the intent from the early minutes have been on the part of the home side Epiphany Warriors, who knowing what ladies are capable of doing if they are allowed to settle in a game in the early minutes. You can easily be penalized by the likes of Vera Bema, Nancy Opoku, and Zanira Abdul Razak. Goalkeeper of Epiphany Warriors, Safiatou Salifu. This was a goalkeeper who was initially in Ghana before she traveled in order to continue her trade outside the shores of the country. She's back and has rejoined Epiphany Warriors.
Well, a lot will be on her shoulders, looking at the exposure she has got in terms of organizing the defense for Epiphany Warriors. That will be on Safiatou, how she's going to organize the defense of Epiphany Warriors. But there comes Army ladies. Mariama couldn't get there on time. Ball goes out of play. It's going to be a goal kick for Epiphany Warriors.
Goal kick going the way of Epiphany Warriors. Safiatou Salifu. She is the goalkeeper to effect it for Epiphany Warriors. She's actually one of the experienced goalkeepers that we have as well, though, having been with the national teams. She played for the under-17, the under-20, and then the women's senior national team, the Black Queens, in 2023. She had most of her playing days as well with her current coach, Joe Nana Adakwa, during his days at Ampem Dakwa Ladies. So you can easily see the connection. Epiphany Warriors on the ascendancy. Epiphany and Army would have a lot to do looking at how serious the players of Epiphany Warriors are. The most busiest department for Army ladies so far have been their defense. The attack, the throw of Nancy Opoku, Vera Bema, and Zanira Abdul Razak are yet to have good passes been fed their way. Army ladies are being captained by Patience Ache Ajeti. I would actually tell you a story about a special name. Someone might be like, Esther keeps mentioning this name. Yeah, I do. It's a special name. She's a special player. And they are twins, actually. They've been doing so much well for Army ladies since they gained promotion to the top tier. Offside against Army ladies. You can trust Vera Bema. She always lets around with intent. Together with Nancy Opoku. Any sluggish character on the path of Epiphany Warriors for their defense would be beautifully penalized by this attacking throw of Army ladies. Army, a pass that was trying to find the feet of Nancy Opoku, was well intercepted by Epiphany Warriors, who have a chance here to get the lead. Epiphany Warriors, and she misses. 1v1 opportunity not utilized. How was that possible? Jessica Apia Asamoah, goalkeeper Safiatu, looking at what exactly happened. Esther Sapon, their goalkeeper, had already committed, and she failed to find the back of the net for Epiphany Warriors. And that tells you how fortunate Army ladies have been to have, of course, escaped conceding early goal.
Yeah, of course, Army ladies were very lucky there. That ball from Jessica Apia just missed Whisker. That could have been the first blood being drawn by Epiphany Warriors. Both teams are not yet to settle in their groove, but we have seen some early incursions from both teams as well.
She was just trying to create a different angle altogether, Jessica. But at the end, although she had the idea accurate, the technique and the finish was awful. And that has helped Army ladies to still maintain the same clean sheet scoreline for the moment, goalless after almost 10 minutes of action. Throw in, and that was quickly done, which amounted to nothing actually from Army ladies. And if you look at the side of Army ladies, you would say that they have been unchanged. The additions to their side have been virtually less than 3 players so far for their starting 11. They've maintained that core side that they've had ever since they gained promotion to the top tier of the Women's Premier League. Adam Al-Hassan on the right wing of defense for the day, as well as Asana Yahaya, Angelica Sambik, and Ifia Wedu Chumwa. They've always been the central defenders. Nancy Opoku with a long one in, aiming to have found Vera Bema, which was not successful, allowing Epiphany Warriors to rather turn defense into attack. You would say that looking at the first game that you watched all together with this, at least both sides are gradually trying to find a rhythm and give us a good tempo for the game.
Yeah, the second game, you could see that both teams are technically and tactically sound, not really allowing each other to get through their defense so easily like that. We've already seen an early incursion coming from Epiphany Warriors. I'll be looking forward to Coach Nanajo Adakwa to know what he can do. He has done something with Ampem Dakwa, and with his new team, looking forward to see what he's going to turn Epiphany Warriors into this Women's Premier League.
I mean, ladies, Nancy Opoku, that was too much of it there for her to have been able to pick up. Good control from Epiphany Warriors. Free kick. Epiphany have so far in the last 11 minutes done everything right without getting the goal. Jessica, one of the throw attackers up front, had a 1v1 situation which she lashed it wide. As such, they are yet to get the goal, and yet to get things running here. Through it. I'm sure in no time assured of Joe Nana Adakwa will be saying, the coach of Epiphany Warriors. And when he is shown, and when you hear what he has done so far as far as women's football is concerned, wouldn't be mesmerized with the performance of his side, Epiphany Warriors so far, who are in white and have enjoyed the Lions' possession of the play so far. Free kick. Free kick to Army Ladies. Armies will look forward to at least, and as much as they've not been very potent up front, will have to rather use this. And Azama Al Hassan is behind it. She attempted the low drive, which was blocked. A follow-up equally blocked by that defensive line of Epiphany Warriors. Esther Sapo, goalkeeper of Army Ladies. She has indeed been very busy so far. Army Ladies with a chance to get the first goal, and they do that in grand style. What did I just mention earlier? Farah Bema. She's actually a household name in women's football. I told you the attackers, they seem to have been left out of the game, but they are players that can penalize you in a very unconvincing manner. When did you see this goal coming? But they have executed it to perfection. And beautifully done. Nothing that Safiatou Salifu could have done about that, and that tells you how clinical she is as a striker. So Vera Bema has given Army Ladies the lead here. Army Ladies 1, Epiphany Warriors 0.
That's a good goal there from Vera Bema to put Army Ladies up.
What exactly was Safiatou trying to do? Being the master sweeper in this instance, and she must count her stars and, you know, all for Thanksgiving on Sunday. She could have easily allowed Army Ladies to have doubled their lead.
Exactly, it's good on the part of Army Ladies. They knew our Epiphany Warriors are coming out and building the attack. And many a times you see Epiphany Warriors setting the offside trap on Army Ladies, and you made mention of the swift attacking mind of Vera Bema, Nancy Opoku, and the others up front for Army Ladies. And, any error, and the Army Ladies will punish you, and that's what we saw from Vera Bema. What a technique there to lift the ball past Safiatou. And we might be seeing more of that from the Army side, especially looking at Epiphany, who loves to go all out to attack.
Army have always looked like they wouldn't score, but when the chance comes, they would invariably score in a very, very unforgiving manner. And that is what Vera Bema did earlier. She was just looking around as if nothing was happening, as if she was also onlooking, just as the fans here. All that she was waiting for was that glorious chance. She always anticipates for that loose balls. And that is where she has managed to get that lead for her side. So Epiphany might have enjoyed the lion's share of possession, but in terms of the scoreline, Army Ladies are the ones enjoying.
Yeah, that's what some teams are known for. They'll let their opponents enjoy more of the ball possession, but when it comes to goal scoring, we are not going to take no chances, and that's what we've seen from these two sides. And the description also being shown on the scoreboard. It's Army Ladies who from nowhere just got that goal from Vera Bema. Ball with Epiphany Warriors, spread a play to the left side. Bad control there from the Epiphany Warrior player. Esther Sapon gets in a long kick. Epiphany Warriors get the ball back. Army Ladies couldn't keep the ball in possession, and Epiphany Warriors turn the defense to attack, and it's going to be Jessica. Ball goes out of play, and it's going to be a throw-in for Epiphany Warriors.
Epiphany Warriors in the final third of Army Ladies. A deflected strike is well saved there by Esther Sapon for Army Ladies. You know one of those adages that I enjoy the most in the local dialects?
No, unless you tell me.
Only pretty back home now. Who with you?
So that's what we've witnessed so far, as early days yet, but as Esther said, when your opinion about so with you never try. But we are yet to see what Epiphany Warriors will also throw at Army Ladies. That is Army Ladies who have put one past Epiphany Warriors, kind courtesy of Vera Bema, with that lovely goal there. Epiphany Warriors sends the ball back to Sapiatu. Sapiatu also kicks in a long one. Ball in possession with Army Ladies. They lose it to Epiphany Warriors. Jessica lurking around there. See what Jessica can do, spread a play there, but still ball with Jessica, and she wins a free kick for Epiphany Warriors.
And this free kick is actually at a very good position. The position might be good. The delivery is what matters the most. The finish, of course, the execution. If only it's done right, things might be, ending up in a very good way altogether for Epiphany Warriors, for them to draw level.
Yeah.
And who would effect this for Epiphany Warriors? Goalkeeper Esther Sapon issuing instructions to her defense. She doesn't want to have any kind of loophole that Epiphany Warriors can take advantage of. Epiphany Warriors, Belen Nyakon is the player who has decided to effect this free kick. Belen, the ball does its job. Nancy Opoku, she was the one who ended up heading it in a very right manner to ensure that Epiphany's Belen Nyakon couldn't get that strike on target.
Yeah, that's what the wall is mounted to do, denying and not allowing the ball to get through. But let me tell you what, I love the nature of how Army Ladies, almost every time when they lose possession of the ball, they gather themselves up not to allow Epiphany Warriors to play their possessive ball they always used to do. Good thinking there from the Army Ladies on that part.
Epiphany, who were hoping to have rather launched an attack, but that was well dealt with by the defense of Army Ladies. And if you look at the recent performance and the stats involving these two teams, Army Ladies have always had the upper hand over Epiphany Warriors. Even in the Women's FA Cup, beating them in the semi-final match and the Women's Premier League fixtures in 2024 and 2025. In recent matches, of which the first was played on the 1st of March 2025 this year, that was where Army Ladies won by a lone goal at the expense of Epiphany Warriors. The return leg, proud to that, actually, in the Women's FA Cup, Army Ladies beat the Epiphany Warriors by 2-1. So meetings involving these two teams have always favored the service side, Army Ladies. Army taking their time. Patience Ajete, the captain of the side. Safiatu Salifu. She does well to find her teammate actually. And that was Ernestina Frimpondakwa. Epiphany Warriors. And that job of clearing the defense have been well dealt with by Fiatwedu Chumwa for Army Ladies. Lovely twist there. The idea was to at least try and then get a shot on target, but the finishing said otherwise. And Estina Frimpong Dakwa's effort going wide. Esther Sapo, Army Ladies trying to build from behind as they seek to capitalize on those pockets of spaces and penalize Epiphany Warriors. This is a defensive line, just as via attack, Army Ladies have had a very consistent defensive throw. The likes of Asana Yahaya, Efiabwedu Chumwa, and then Angelica Sambek. With that, enabling support from Adama Al-Hassan. They've been very solid for Army Ladies. Free kick. That late tackle there. The expression on her face says and tells a lot of how badly that tackle was on her feet.
Yeah, that could be a painful one on Victoria. Safiatu will restart proceedings with a long kick up high, dealt with from the defense of Army Ladies.
Epiphany Warriors who need to be cautious because Nancy Opoku, she has been very busy, just waiting for the opportunity, just as Vera Bema had. Nancy Opoku can equally finish in a very convincing manner when she gets those chances.
Of course, that is what Army Ladies are doing on the field of play, looking at the head-to-head meetings that they've met with Epiphany Warriors. They are ahead of them, and they knew what Epiphany Warriors would throw at them. That's why at the blast of the whistle, you could see Army Ladies. They were very cool and taking things slow because they know how to hit Epiphany Warriors in their defense.
Patience Ajeti.
Well, I'm looking forward to hear the story behind the name Patience Ajeti. You keep mentioning that name, Esther.
And that is a special story I'll tell in no time. Hopefully by the end of the game. You know, in teams we do have some players that are always special. They do things differently. You know, Luka Modric, right?
Yeah, Luka Modric, yeah.
Patience Ajeti does better.
Oh, really? And that is going to be a Luka Modric pro. you're going to see in Patience Acha Ajete here with Army Ladies.
Free kick for Army Ladies. And Army are looking forward to double their league, looking at how Epiphany Warriors have always been active. Epiphany have not been passive at all. What they have lacked actually is that finishing technique. They've created the chances. They even actually had a 1v1 situation. An opportunity that was left unutilized. Army Ladies. Zanira Abdul loses out to Epiphany Warriors. Belen Nyako, who manages to find Jessica Apia Asamoah. And Epiphany Warriors have always done everything right except the final third. Vera Berma on the ascendancy again. Epiphany Warriors free kick. Free kick for Janet Dawa, the captain of Epiphany Warriors. Lovely fit there. And sometimes some of these tactical fouls are the only ways you can halt and quench such fire from a player like her.
Yeah, it's true. Army Ladies, they know what Jennifer can do.
Janet.
She has quick feet there, and anytime she gets the ball, look at how Army Ladies map up a strategy. A lot of ladies around her, not allowing her the space to get through. But it's Army Ladies. They get through once again, but this time straight to Safia, to the goalkeeper for Epiphany Warriors.
Nancy Opoku was actually trying to have sent that pass the way of Zanira Abdul Razak. A dead ball situation. Epiphany Warriors. Look at that.
That could have been disastrous for Epiphany Warriors. And they have slowed down a bit. And in the earlier moments, they were the ones that tend to build up from the back. And they wanted to have that slow build-up play. But it seems their rhythm has slowed down a bit. And just a result of Army Ladies mapping up a strategy up front, the likes of Vera Berma, Nancy Opoku are putting a lot of pressure on the defense of Epiphany Warriors, not allowing them to have that slow build-up nature they always used to do.
Epiphany Warriors in possession at the moment after half our mark here at the Medina AstroTurf. A live coverage of the Malta Guinness Women's Premier League, which is live, kind courtesy of IMAX Media. The first game has ended already, where Police Ladies had the better side of Halifax Queens. They were 4 goals to the goal. Wow, Halifax Queens only managed a goal. And this is the second game underway. And this was the earlier situation that we witnessed that has resulted in a player of Epiphany Warriors being treated at the moment.
Yeah, that was a clash of players there, and the victim had to be Epiphany Warrior player. The Ghana Supporters Union still here cheering up. Epiphany Warriors need to map up a strategy, especially going for the water break, cooling break. And we'll see from both sides. Army ladies, I'm hoping that they'll continue with what they are doing, but the onus is going to fall on Epiphany Warriors to generate a strategy to get past the defense, I should say the solid defense of Army ladies that we've witnessed so far in the first half.
It's match day 1 of the Malta Guinness Women's Premier League officially, which has kick-started today here at the Medina AstroTurf. But even prior to that, we saw a game that was played earlier in the day where FC Savannah hosted the ladies, the finalists, or perhaps the runners-up for last season. Other games that would be ongoing tomorrow and on Sunday together, as well as on Monday, are as follows. Northern ladies would be playing against Prisons ladies. Ashton ladies would square off with Kumasi Sports Academy. Dreams ladies will play against Tamale Super ladies. Fosu Royal ladies, on the other hand, would play against Northern City. So these are the fixtures for the Northern Zone. For the Southern Zone, Police ladies have already beaten Halifax Queens by 4-1. Epiphany Warriors are currently squaring off with Army ladies, who have taken the lead, whereas Epiphany are trailing. And then Oaks ladies will square off with Hazakis ladies, and that is a game to watch out for. Oaks ladies are actually the women's team of one of the traditional clubs. Epiphany Warriors here with a chance. Epiphany and the defense of Army, they actually struggled, but they finally managed to clear their lines. Adama Al-Hassan giving away possession cheaply once again to Epiphany Warriors. I have always maintained that they are good with the ball only outside the 18-yard box. They are yet to be clinical, potent, lethal in the final third so far. Epiphany Warriors, and I'm sure that is one of the key areas that their coach, Joe Nana Adakwa, would actually end up, retreating a lot on during recess.
Obviously, that's what Coach Nana Joe Adakwa will tell the ladies, and they need to map a strategy to get past the defense of Army ladies, the likes of Faustina Tiwa, Jacqueline, and Jessica Apia. We've not really seen much from them in this first half. They hold on the play very good, Epiphany Warriors, but the final third delivery from them is what they are lacking so far.
Free kick to Epiphany Warriors. Oaks ladies will play against Soccer Intellectuals, and then Samatas ladies would play against Lady Strikers. So these are the respective fixtures that we have for match day 1 of the Malta Guinness Women's Premier League, officially, which has kick-started. And I'm talking about the 2025-2026 season. Safiatu Salifu would have to tread cautiously there. Jessica Apia Asamoah, but she runs into traffic, allowing Army ladies to reclaim possession. Patience Achea Jete at the tango, and she protests after the referee gave the advantage for Epiphany Warriors. 36 minutes on the clock. Safiatu Salifu's effort, or perhaps her target of ensuring that she could have kept a clean sheet, that vision has actually been something that was not realistic, and it was actually not attainable, not even when we are playing against these wonderful throw of Army ladies. And once again, the attacking throw of Army ladies, they seem to have gone into hiding. Trust me, they are lurking.
Yeah, of course, you know, Army ladies know the threats coming from the attacking wise of Epiphany Warriors, so they try as much as possible not to give them the space for them to operate. Jessica Apia is one of them. She's very quick, and you could see Faustina and Jennifer Dawa also joining the attack where necessary for Epiphany Warriors. So what Army ladies have done so far is to keep those players quiet, not allowing them to have that liberty to operate and get through their defense. And that is the key thing that is winning them the match so far, Army ladies.
Go kick. Go kick to Safiatu, Salifu and Epiphany Warriors. Epiphanies Ernestina Frimpong Dakwa was hoping to have rather sent in a very delicious pass, which wasn't successful. Another goal kick. The second period is what most of these teams would have to ensure that they bring to bear what they have and play as much better than they did in the first period. Offside against Vera Bema.
And that's the offside trap that Epiphany Warriors love to set on the attackers of Army ladies, which they need to be careful. And Vera Bema is one swift player that, if it goes wrong, should be looking forward to add another goal for Army ladies.
Nancy Opoku. And she was hoping the referee could have given her that advantage, because there were a lot of happenings here and there that the referee, that might possibly happened on the blind side of the referee, and she's still registering her displeasure to the referee. And these are some of the basic things that the technical team would always have to ensure they reorient the players better.
For a moment, I don't know what Safiatu was thinking. Well, she should be doing things in a easy and fundamental way. But happy to see that player of Army ladies was already in an offside position. Epiphany Warriors are struggling to build up from the back this time.
Epiphany Warriors managed and tried their possible best in order to emerge on the fifth position for last season. And they had 27 points to their credit. Army ladies, on the other hand, ended up on the fourth position, and they equally had 32 points. So logically, you would say that these are two teams that had a fair share of their own performances last season. Free kick. Janet Dawa has been a very tough customer for the players of Army ladies, and they actually had to double mark her.
Yeah, of course, she's the captain, and leadership by example. She is making sure that Epiphany Warriors might take and pull one back before they go for recess, but Army ladies are not going to allow her and her team to do that on them.
42 minutes here. Epiphany Warriors 0, Army Ladies 1. Match day 1 of the Malta Guinness Women's Premier League. If you just joined us, Army Ladies who have taken the lead already. A security service side. Actually, they are the female team of the Ghana Armed Forces, having gained promotion into the top tier of the Women's Premier League. Esther Sapon-Gaves for Army Ladies. It would interest you to know that Army Ladies joined the top tier when another security service team, Immigration, were relegated. And since then, Immigration are yet to gain promotion back to the top tier. Wondering a league that would feature all these security services. Because we already have prisons, we have police, and we have the army. What is left is the Immigration. Epiphany Warriors. Patience, Akhe Ajiti. She leaves the ball for Adama Al-Hassan to rather effect the free kick. Nancy Opoku touches the ball with her hand. An act that caught the attention of the referee. A minute more for the first period to end here.
You can see the pressing nature coming from Army ladies. And look here, anytime they want to build up from the back, Army ladies try to press them. But that's a good ball there from Epiphany Warriors. And Jessica, the ball, try to go past her marker.
Jessica, what is the referee's decision? It's free kick. But according to her, she spotted it accurately, and that the incident happened outside the 18-yard box. It was actually a tangle between Jessica and Asana Yahaya. Free kick.
Well, the Army ladies are very, very lucky that if that was in the 18-yard box, could have been a penalty. At additional time, 3 minutes. Let's see what Epiphany Warriors can do with this free kick.
Esther Sapon looking forward to have a very formidable wall before the free kick is effected by Epiphany Warriors. Epiphany Warriors the free kick is taken, it swung in, but not executed to perfection.
That's not going to trouble Esther Sapon. That's a feeble one. Cross delivered in, but too straight to the goalkeeper. And Esther Sapon will just say thank you very much.
Epiphany Warriors might have entertained the crowd, but Army ladies, equally on their path, have won the hearts of the fans for the first period, looking at that tantalizing finish from Vera Bema.
Yeah, Army ladies are telling Epiphany Warriors that you can enjoy much of the ball possession, but the most important thing in a game is to get goals. I leave the ball possession to you. I'm going to take the goals. That's what Army ladies are telling Epiphany Warriors.
Epiphany Warriors still in search of that equalizer. But the defense of Army ladies have done a yeoman's job in ensuring that their goalkeeper is not exposed and all threats are nullified. And a clean sheet, at least for the first 45 minutes, is guaranteed from them. Epiphany Warriors. Victoria Amenyo. Victoria still in possession. Epiphany. Jessica again. And Esther Sapon been the master sweeper that she has been so far for Army ladies. Comes out very swiftly together for Army ladies. It ends here for the first 45 minutes for the second game of the Malta Guinness Women's Premier League, which has kickstarted today. Is Epiphany Warriors 0, Army ladies 1. Vera Bema was the player who had that only goal for Army ladies. So the first half ends Epiphany Warriors 0, Army ladies 1. MaxTV. Don't forget, this is a special day altogether because we've already had a Medina AstroTurf and a first during his days at Ampem Dakwa ladies. So you can easily see the connection. Epiphany Warriors on the ascendancy. Epiphany of Nancy Opoku was well intercepted by Epiphany Warriors, who have a chance here to get the lead. Epiphany Warriors, Eshime Asamoah, goalkeeper Safiatu, looking at what exactly the central defenders. Nancy Opoku with a long one in, aiming to have found Vera Bema, which was not successful, allowing Epiphany Warriors to rather turn. She has indeed been very busy so far. Army ladies with a chance to get the first goal, and they seem to have been left out of the game. But there are players that can penalize you in a very unconvincing manner. When did you see this goal coming? But they have executed it to perfection. And beautifully done.
To put Army ladies up.
What exactly was Safia trying to do? Being the master sweeper in this instance, and she must count.
Ball with Epiphany Warriors. Spread a play to the left side. Back control there from
Epiphany Warriors in the final third. Berlin. The wall does its job. Nancy Opoku. Ladies, lovely twist there. Army ladies trying to build from behind as they seek to capitalize on those pockets of spaces and penalize Epiphany Warriors.
Ladies around her, not allowing her the space to get through. That is the Army ladies. They get through once again, but this time straight to
ladies, and that is a game to watch out for. Oaks ladies are actually the women's team of one of the traditional clubs. Epiphany Warriors here with a chance. Epiphany and the defense of Army. 5 minutes for the second game of the Malta Guinness Women's Premier League, which has kickstarted today. Is Epiphany Warriors 0, Army Ladies 1.
It's halftime here at the Medina AstroTurf. Quite an interesting game we've seen in the first 45 minutes. Ghana Army taking the game to their opponents, and the Warriors of Epiphany clearly showing that they also have a lot of grit in there. But Army have been very lucky. They have one goal in the bag and looking forward to a lot more play in the second half. We did say that it was not going to be an easy game, by virtue of the fact that at least we know that the Army team, just like every other team prepared for the season, have trained extra hard for the competition. Nana, you did say in the first 45 minutes you were expecting Ghana Army to take the game to their opponents. They are the stronger of the two sides and obviously can take their chances based on the quality of the team. Has it been so far?
Yes. When I saw the team sheet and I saw defender Adam Al-Hassan, I knew that their defense is, they have a reliable defender or dependable defender back there. Like you said, Epiphany, they have young girls running around with the ball. If you look at the first opportunity they got in the first 10 minutes, that should have been a goal for Epiphany. But then experience also counts when it comes to opening matches.
Yeah.
They are opening matches against Soccer Intellectuals last season. They won 2-0. Army also won 2-0. So it tells you that they have good records, both teams, when it comes to opening games in the Women's League. Just like Police won 4-0 against their opponents last season. This season too, we've seen them 4-1 against another opponent, meaning that opening matches in the Women's Premier League, specifically the Southern Zone, we see more goals. Last season, we saw 13 goals from all the matches that were played match day 1. And today, we've seen Joanina Ladies also winning their game 4-0. And there have been another 4-1 against Halifax Queens. And currently, we have 1 goal. So we have like 7 goals so far or 9 goals so far.
Wow.
It tells you the teams in the Southern Zone is a serious place to be when you are playing in the Southern Zone. So I am not surprised with the score line from Army Ladies, but whatever the coaches are going to advise the players, Epiphany especially in the dressing room, they should take it serious and not to concede more. Army should work and also increase their tally, because Police, they've set the tone. They have 3 points with 4 goals. What comes next from other opponents?
Well, as you rightly said, there should be a lot of goals expected during the season, especially from the top-notch teams. Police have laid claim to fame. Army are leading by 1. We can also tell you that Joanina Ladies have beaten Soccer Intellectuals by 4 goals to 0. So clearly it shows that a lot is to be expected, and this is just the Southern Zone, which means that the competition is getting a lot more, or will be expected to get a lot more keener as the games progress. We've seen first 45 minutes. What, in your opinion, should Epiphany Warriors do to get back in the game, or what should Army Ladies do to get more goals?
So I think they should not play that defensive game. They should open the game, because they don't know where the chances will come from for them to get that consolation goal or that equalizer they are looking for. So they should go all out, play hard with Army. Army, I can see their defense is open, even though their goalkeeper is good. Epiphany goalkeeper is also good. She's equally good, yeah. So we are going to see a more of it sick in the second half, because we all want to have a point in the first round. Sometimes in the Women's League, your first round point sends a good signal or a bad signal to your opponent. So I believe the Epiphany will come and then maybe the result, or Army will increase their tally.
It's just the first day, and we've just had 2 matches in the Women's Premier League as far as the Southern Zone is concerned. But obviously, the lines have been drawn. There's going to be lots of battles in the game. We're also expected to see a lot of positive participation, especially from all the teams. Don't forget, we also have new kids on the block. Samatex, they're the ladies. That's the Samatex ladies, as the name they prefer. The Oak ladies are also in there. Oak ladies have a tough game coming up against perennial champions Hazakas ladies, and that will be tough at the Pobiman grounds. And for Samatex ladies, they welcome lady strikers to the Century Park or the Century Stadium at Samraboy. So again, just as the men have been doing, it may look like a slow start. At least we've seen a couple of goals so far, and Nana rightly put it. We've seen a couple of goals or just on match day 1 in the southern zone. A lot is expected in the northern zone. Will it be too early to conclude that both police and army ladies are the two key teams we should look out for, or we should probably wait for the other teams to also play so it gives us a fair idea of who is top-notch?
Police scored 4 goals, but they conceded 1. Joanila, they scored 4 goals, they did not concede. So I think the table, they will be ahead of police, looking at the fact that they've conceded. So it is not early. The top 4 will be a fierce battle for me. Any team that will end this season in the top 4 needs to work hard, because all the teams, they've prepared enough, looking at the bonuses, the motivation that are coming through for the Women's League. We should expect more goals. We should expect tougher competitions from opponents. Goalkeeping department of all the clubs should up their games, because the least mistake from your goalkeeper or your defense, you are going to concede, and we are not waiting for anyone. If someone is scoring 4 goals, you are scoring 1 goal, it tells you that someone is working harder than you, or you are facing a tougher opponent than the other one.
What about the competition among the coaches? I mean, if these teams are going to do well, a lot is dependent on their technical benches. Of what value should we place on the coaches, the technical bench?
For the first time, I think the GFA, they've introduced Black Queens B, which involve the local players.
Yeah.
So we have Coach Yusuf being the coach for that side. Coaches who performs well, I know that there are other opportunities for them in the national team. And then just as coaches are hired to be fired, once you are fired from one club, another club also hires you. So I think it's not going to be an easy day in office for all the coaches in the southern and the northern zone or the women's game. It is going to be a tough competition for them as coaches.
All right, so we are just about handing you over to the commentary team as we get ready for the second 45 minutes. Ami leading by 1, and the expectation is that there are a lot more goals expected in the second half. And so I'll hand you over to Esther and Nanayao to see if they can get us a couple more goals before the 90 minutes.
Welcome back to the second half here at the Medina AstroTurf. The second game of the day, match day 1 of the Malta Guinness Women's Premier League. A clash involving 2 familiar sides who have done nothing, or perhaps have nothing but mutual respect for each other. Epiphany Warriors squaring off against Army Ladies, with the first period seeing Army Ladies getting a very lovely finish, kind courtesy of Vera Bema, who put them in the lead. They've gone for recess, had the opportunity of talking to their technical teams. What exactly have been the message from the various technical teams to these players? Where have they been asked to ensure that they work much more on? I'm so much optimistic that a side like Epiphany Warriors, Jonah Nadakwa, would have nothing but one message. When you get up front, hit the target. Get the shot on target. Attempt very good strikes from virtually every angle in the final third. You need to be much more sharper up front. That would have been the predominant message from Epiphany Warriors, because they did everything right but not getting the goals. And Army Ladies, on the other hand, will be asked to be very consistent and be on the lookout, alert, and equally very sharp defensively, just as to ensure that they continue to ward off that threat from Epiphany Warriors. Army in the half of Epiphany Warriors. Adama Al-Hassan with a beautiful cut in there. Something that Safiatou Salifu had no problem at all gathering. So for the second period of the game, early substitution for Epiphany Warriors. And that is where their coach has thought it right to do substitution, bringing their arrow player up front, and that is no other than Eunice. Eunice has been introduced. She came in to replace Jacqueline Intoso.
Yeah, that's what Epiphany Warriors will look to do from the technical side. Jacqueline out and Eunice in, looking to bolster the attack threat. They've not seen much from them, and that is the thing to do if you are at the technical point of view for Epiphany Warriors.
Army ladies have always, especially through Adam Al-Hassan, tried to go for the low drive. She attempted that about several times in the first period, and that wasn't fruitful. I was just thinking that perhaps she could have diversified and varied the way she effected those set pieces for Army ladies.
Yeah, that was poor execution there from the Army lady player. The plan didn't go on well, and the execution as well. I'm looking forward to see how Epiphany Warriors can change things. They have a free kick, and let's see what they can do with this one.
Epiphany Warriors with a free kick to effect. Another low drive there for Epiphany Warriors. Corner kick. Corner kick for Epiphany Warriors.
You could see the idea was there, but the power behind the ball. Jessica had to gather herself, but forced a corner there for Epiphany Warriors.
A short one taken for Epiphany Warriors. Berlin. Goal kick. Earlier I mentioned that I'm sure one message was key. Try as much as possible to hit from all angles. Once you are in the final third, what matters is you getting the shot on target. Who knows? A howler might even happen, and you might even end up getting a goal. So we've seen at least first incursions from Epiphany Warriors in the second period. We are trying to ensure that Esther Sapon does not get those number of holidays that she had in the first period.
Exactly, that's what Army ladies are known for, and Epiphany Warriors will try as much as possible to fire from all cylinders, and that is Jessica up here showing what she always used to do.
And we might end up seeing the first yellow card of the game, and that card has been brandished to Asana Yahaya. Belen Nyako would have the chance to take this free kick for Epiphany Warriors.
Yeah, Asana Yahaya needed to take one for the team, looking at how Jessica is very quick. But Epiphany Warriors have another free kick. And now let's see if they can change the narrative with this one.
Berlin takes the free kick, and that was way too much. And as a team that is trailing, these are not the kind of chances that you need to waste.
Not at all. That was a wasteful opportunity there from Berlin. Put a cross in so your colleagues can get something out of that, but if you want to go for the target, you need to hit it well.
Asana Yahaya for Army ladies. Her effort goes straight into the hands of Safiatou Salifou. Army ladies, Ata Abrefi, Vera Bema with that challenge on Epiphany Warriors player. Janet was fouled by Vera Bema. Both players are actually lying on the pitch.
Yeah, the medical team are there to check up on them, and let's hope both players can continue. Vera Bema complaining of some way, somehow, knee injury. We have some fans here too who are paying attention and watching closely of what is happening on the field.
Women's football gaining the attention and the love of all and sundry. That's actually a phrase.
Well,
Okay,
I need to know more because you've not made us know the story behind Patience Ache Ajiti, and now you just put out another phrase. We are yearning to know more.
Vera Bema, Nancy Opoku, as they exchange passes together, only for Safiatou Salifou together.
That could be a painful one for the Army ladies player. We just hope that she's okay, or she will be okay to continue. She's down there wincing in pain. And the medical team need to come and check up on her.
So this is where both Nancy Opoku and Vera Bema were trying to actually interchange passes together, hoping to have had the better side of the defense of Epiphany Warriors, which was not fruitful. Goal kick. Goal kick to be taken by Epiphany Warriors. Other games would be taking place as well, so far as the match day one of the Malta Guinness Women's Premier League is concerned. Across all venues, both in the northern and the southern zone. So do well to make it a point and turn out for these matches, just as we are witnessing here at the Medina AstroTurf. Tomorrow, another huge game that will be happening, so far as Malta Guinness Women's Premier League is concerned, is a game involving debutants, Oak FC, and they happen to be the Women's Premier League team, of course, of glorious Accra Hearts of Oak. They are squaring off with one of the most experienced teams that we have in the top tier, and that is Hazakis ladies. A whole lot have been said, and you can imagine how the fans of Accra Hearts of Oak are so much optimistic of getting their first win in the game. If that should happen, if they should end up getting the win against Hazakis ladies, from where I sit, I wouldn't be baffled at all, because Oak FC have been handled by one of the most experienced coaches that we have domestically as well. A well-exposed coach who has even handled the senior national team. That's the Black Queens of Ghana, and that is no other than Coach Mercy Tego. She has a huge task of putting a smile on every Phobian tomorrow. And I'm sure that the fans will turn up in their numbers at the Pobiman Sports Complex tomorrow. But until then, here at the Medina AstroTurf, it is Epiphany Warriors up against Army Ladies. And Epiphany are still holding on to a goal that was scored for them by Vera Bema. Epiphany Warriors. Epiphany Warriors had the chance where Jennifer Dawa was trying to send in a very delicious cross. But then again, Angelica Sambek had to double her effort and headed off to safety for Army Ladies. So double substitution for the service team. And this substitution would see Army Ladies introducing fresh limbs who would continue from where the others who have been subbed off left. Ata Abrefi, a midfielder, has been replaced by Esther Asamoah Yadom. You will say that that is a like-for-like substitution there for Army Ladies.
Yeah, that's a like-for-like substitution from Army Ladies team. Looking forward to see how they can...
Epiphany Warriors with this corner kick, which is swung in that ends up virtually eluding every player, but Epiphany Warriors are still trying their best to ensure that they still hold on to possession. Something that lasted only for some few seconds.
Well, that's their problem. Epiphany Warriors tend to hold on play, but the bigger issue is how they can turn that into a goal. Safiatu comes out to act the sweeping way, but ball still with the Army Ladies left side.
Patience at JT. But then Epiphany Warriors would clear their lines as Jennifer Dawa seeks to search forward again for Epiphany Warriors. Belen Nyako takes over, but only manages to get a throw for Epiphany. Eunice. And Epiphany are still trying their possible best to get something going so far as their quest to get the equalizer is concerned.
Yes, they need to probe, Epiphany Warriors. They need to probe and see if they can get something out of the Army Ladies defense. Still more time, done just about 58 minutes. There's going to be a substitution coming from the Army Ladies side.
Ellen Asonka is coming in for Nancy Opoku, who has not really been that clinical today for Army Ladies. We are approaching the hour mark, and Epiphany Warriors are yet to find the equalizer. Angelica Sambek for Army Ladies. Army Ladies ended up last season having amassed 32 points. They did so much well to ensure that at least they kept that tight competition for the top four. Epiphany are hoping to do what Police Ladies did. Aside Army Ladies, aside Ampem Dakwan Ladies as well, as Zakes Ladies, we've had the trophies being shared among these two teams just until that jinx was broken by Police Ladies last season. They won it, went to Africa, but in the qualifies for the Women's Champions League, things couldn't end up the way that they wanted. ASEC Mimosas ended their dreams, their hopes, and they were left in a state of despair. Just maybe, faith can tell if we might end up seeing another security service team winning the trophy this season.
Time will tell. Police ladies have done it, and maybe Army ladies will also see if they can get something for this season. But as I said earlier on, time is going to definitely tell.
It's the Armac Epiphany Warriors 0, Army Ladies 1. The Malta Guinness Women's Premier League. It's a season-long competition. A lot of matches to be played. A lot of hopes for all teams. Hopes that others might have theirs been dashed by the end of the day. But it all boils down to the readiness, the preparedness, and the consistency in terms of performance from the teams involved. So all teams actually have faith. They have a date with destiny this season. The trophy is out there for grab, but it can only be cast by the team that has clean lips.
Well, yes, I agree with you on that.
Epiphany one thing that has haunted them the most is how they could be much more lethal up front. Jessica appears effort deflected. They have this corner kick to count on. Another corner kick which was taken short, Belen chases it, and they get another corner kick.
Yeah, they are struggling to get past the defense of Army ladies. But you know, football, we have magic moments. Set pieces can also get you a goal. One are being swung in, but dealt with by the defense of Army ladies. That was a poor cross there from Epiphany Warriors.
Referee requesting for the throw-in to be retaken, something that Epiphany have done in a very swift manner. Epiphany Warriors, in as much as there was a lot of huffing and puffing in the 18-yard box of Army ladies, they managed to sanitize their defense. Vera Bema, the player who has scored the only goal that Army ladies are holding on to.
Well, she's a strong lad. She's the spearhead for the team Army ladies, and she will be running out of defense of Epiphany Warriors, making it difficult for the defenders to handle her. I should say, she has been a thorn in the flesh of the defense for Epiphany Warriors, Vera Bema.
In as much as you would say that Army ladies have actually not been neat and tidy in terms of performance, the scoreline is what matters the most to them. And these are the various aspects the coaches sometimes, after games like this, if only they had managed to hold on to that lead and emerge victorious, they know that they would have a lot to do in their subsequent games. A lot of corrections to be done. Epiphany Warriors, the defense of Army ladies doing the job again.
Yeah, as I told you earlier, Esther, you see, this is what Epiphany Warriors are lacking. They do everything, but when they get to the final third, they cannot deliver that. And Army ladies have been very solid with their defensive duties so far.
Jennifer Dawa has been a standout performer. She has actually been that sparkling spot of Epiphany Warriors, just a delight to watch. She has done everything right but getting the goal. Belen Nyako for Epiphany Warriors. Another attempt, beautifully taken, but not on target. How was that not in the net?
Yeah, Esther, that was close. She was looking to that kind of dink nature. That was traveling, but that was just close to beat Esther Sapon on that occasion.
Had it been on target, Esther could have done nothing about it, absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
The technique was superbly executed. And these are the rare instances where you would attribute it to luck. The rare instances you would attribute it to luck. Because Esther could, she absolutely couldn't have saved that, not at all.
Yeah, the ball was traveling, had some power behind that, and that could have beaten Esther Sample on that occasion. But I love the way Epiphany Warriors are probing, and you can see the energy that they are building so far in this second half has been a good one.
Epiphany are not relenting. They are still pursuing for that most important goal. They can't afford to lose their first home game. Free kick. Free kick to Army ladies.
Yeah, free kick to Army ladies, and you can see Jessica Apia always going to fight for every ball. But that was a late challenge there on Mariama Furiwa of Army ladies. Free kick being taken by Army ladies. But Epiphany Warriors send the ball back to Safiatu. Kicks in a long one.
The hustle and puzzle continues. A goal needs to be scored. Would that be, what is the decision of the referee? They are saying it's offside. Safiatu Salifu came out. And this could have, if only she was on target, she wasn't offside. Actually, this could have been a straight red card.
Yeah.
Because she came out but couldn't get a touch on the ball, but rather on the player.
Yeah.
Saved by the ball.
Exactly. Very lucky there on the part of Safiatu Salifu for Epiphany Warriors. And Vera Bema already on the score sheet, still probing to get the second goal for Army ladies. You can see the Epiphany Warrior technical team looking very frustrated. Other fans too are here watching closely. Vera Bera will go out, receive some treatment, hoping she's okay to continue.
Vera Bema is a player that Army can't afford to miss out at the moment, at least for the next 20 minutes, because Nancy Opoku has already been substituted. Epiphany Warriors, and it's a goal. Epiphany Warriors gets the equalizer so much that it has erupted here. The fans are loving what they just saw. A chip on the ball, A finish that no goalkeeper can save. Beautiful finish from Faustina Tiwa for Epiphany Warriors. Just when your team needed you to come out and score, she does it in a very beautiful manner. Epiphany Warriors have finally gotten the so much anticipated goal. So it's 1-1 apiece here at the Medina AstroTurf after 70 minutes of action. Epiphany Warriors 1, Army Ladies 1.
And that's what Epiphany Warriors needed. They have been probing as they got in the second half, and they might get a second one here.
Epiphany on the surge again. Esther Sapo.
Well, as I keep saying, Epiphany Warriors probing so much. What they needed to get is making sure their final delivery is on point. And this time, Faustina Tiwa does just that for Epiphany Warriors, cancelling the goal that Army Ladies put at the back of their net in the first half. And this time, game is on.
So much unconfined joy here at the Medina AstroTurf. The fans are loving every moment of the game. We've actually had an intense second period so far. The home side have come to the party. They've scored a goal that have given the fans something to celebrate about, in as much as they were enjoying the way they played the first period of the game. What they lacked was the goal. And just when the goal came, the fans have been found in a very explosive mood. They are enjoying virtually everything now. At least they have a goal to celebrate, not just any other goal, but rather a beautiful goal. Looking at the pitch of the ball of that delivery from Faustina to level up for Epiphany Warriors. That was just a delight to watch.
Absolutely delight to watch. And, you can see this should tell you that Coach Junana Adakwa has found an antidote to unlock the space behind the defense of Army Ladies. And we just have some minutes left, and you can hear from the crowd. They are saying 2-1, and I'm sure they are saying it in favor for the home team, Epiphany Warriors. But we wait to see where the scoreline that they are shouting is going to favor which team.
A huge reprieve there for the home side as they get the equalizer. All to play for, at least for the last 15 minutes of the game. This is a moment that none of the sides can afford to be sluggish. Any howler, any lack of focus and concentration can be penalized in a very, very painful manner.
They are staying focused in the last minutes left. Is going to be what they will be looking for.
Epiphany trying to get the second. The control was poorly done. But then the flag had already been raised for offside. The first touch. Faustina showed too much of it to goalkeeper Esther Sapo. Another chance there, but Esther Sapon comes out for Army Ladies, who need to maintain calm heads at the moment. Immaculate clearance from Adama Al-Hassan for Army Ladies. The terrifying situation here now for Army Ladies is the fact that they are not getting that breathing space. No moment of breather at all for them. The pressing from Epiphany Warriors have indeed intensified. And that tells you that they need their maximum concentration to avoid conceding a goal. Epiphany Warriors, free kick. Free kick going the way of Army Ladies. 75 minutes, the last quarter left for this game to come to an end. And this is another free kick that Army Ladies would love to take an advantage of. And this is also a moment for Epiphany Warriors to ensure they hold on very well defensively. And that is what Safiatou Salifu did. Army Ladies are unable to come out of their half. Epiphany are currently nailing. Army Ladies are the sports that they had preferred right from the start of the game. Jessica, but Adamal Hassan wins that tussle.
That was good defensive play there from Adama for Army Ladies, calming the situation in the back. And this is going to be, it's going to be a tackle there, and we might see
what decision is the referee taking? If only the player was not in an offside position and the goalkeeper came out and missed out, we should see a different color. But as always, referees always have their own rules. They see what we as spectators might not see. A very terrible clash there.
Yeah.
And you could see that the goalkeeper was not injured after the incident. But when she saw how things were panning out, she had to tactically go down.
Yeah, that's part of the game. And we just hope that the decision now be coming from the referee will favor Safiatou, else you might see a different card being flashed on her, and you can see that body language coming from the Epiphany Warriors technical bench. They look worried.
If the referee fails to give a card here, that means she sees it as a 50-50 challenge that doesn't warrant a card. Jessica up here was the player in your shot who earlier had a 1v1 situation that could have even put Epiphany Warriors in the lead, but she failed to make it count for her side. For the referee's decision, obviously, it's a free kick that is going the way of Army Ladies. It's a free kick, but nothing else aside the free kick. And that's what the captain, Patience Atre Ajete, is speaking to her too about.
Yeah, of course.
That if you have indeed given us this free kick, then we should see a card coming out, at least for fair officiating.
Yes, I agree with you on that one. And I was looking forward to see card being flashed from the referee. But yes, Safiatou back in the post, organizing her defenders.
It is what it is, at least for now. Free kick to Army Ladies, 80 minutes. A very disappointing delivery there from Army Ladies. This should have been a straight goal.
Yeah, this should have been the second goal for Army Ladies. Blasted up over the bar. That's way off target from Army Ladies on that free kick.
Another substitution for Army Ladies, who are leaving no stone unturned, who have come here hoping to leave here with all 3 points and not even a point. And I said after they conceded a goal that was scored by Faustina, they decided to throw in all their weapons, at least in order to get the equalizer, in order to ensure that they end up living here actually with all 3 points. Another chance here for Epiphany Warriors. It's last wide. This is a game that everyone would say that perhaps the home side deserves to win.
Exactly. They are fighting back, probing, seeing if they can get the winning goal. The equalizer came, and you can hear the fans of the home side roaring, cheering up. If they get the second goal and the winning goal, you can imagine what the fans will do here.
Two minutes gone, 8 minutes more to end proceedings. 8 minutes for the visiting side to perhaps hold on or get the winning goal. Army Ladies with a chance, and that is the second goal. Beautifully scored for Army Ladies. The fans have been stunned. Army Ladies have done what the fans thought would never happen. They have restored their lead. And that was done by substitute Esther Asamoah Iyadom. The first touch was accurate. The second one even better, the finishing. She restores the lead of Army Ladies. And Captain Patience Ajete tells her players to calm down. We are in control, actually, at the moment.
Exactly, that's what Patience will tell her colleagues, to calm down after they got a second goal. That was a lovely finish there from Esther Asamoah to put Army Ladies back on the winning side. Epiphany Warriors, let's see if they can get the second goal, and their fans here are quiet. Cross being swung in.
Esther Asamoah to the rescue of Army Ladies. The second goal from Army Ladies have indeed silenced the fans here at the Medina AstroTurf. Of course, that is the home side, the fans for the home side.
Yeah.
But for the neutrals, they just loved what they saw. So 5 minutes more for the home side to restore the joy of their fans. Other than that, it would be a very painful defeat for their opener for the season. Patience Ajete.
Patience will develop a strategy and make sure to slow the tempo of the game. They know that when it stays like that and the referee blows a whistle, it's going to be in favor for them. But it's up to Epiphany to get something at the back of the defense of Army.
Another low drive in, which is guarded this time around by Safiatu Salifu for Epiphany Warriors. If nothing at all, A clue that I would give is the fact that no team does it better when it comes to managing time. Security teams, they are so good at it.
Yeah, exactly, Esther. And they'll be looking forward to do that on the field too as well, knowing how Epiphany Warriors can have them from nowhere. That's what they did, and they got an equalizer.
Epiphany Warriors with another attempt.
Not going to trouble the defense of Army Ladies, and it seems that the second goal coming from the Army Ladies have slowed the tempo and the energy and the probing nature from Epiphany Warriors. There's still time left, and they can do something. They shouldn't lose hope yet.
Goals can be scored in milliseconds. What is left is for that moment to come. Other than that, even if it is 10 minutes, a team like Army Ladies that I know, a security service team just as police ladies, they have nothing to lose. They are so much good when it comes to managing time. And that always reminds me of one veteran goalkeeper of police ladies, and that is Nana Ama Asantua. She's actually now part of their technical team. She was a goalkeeper, and all that she needs are moments like this. Her team getting the lead, and all that she will tell them is that Mujama Memeda Kano. And that is to connote, leave everything to me. I would absolutely ensure that we get the win. 87 minutes gone. At least you would say that they have the next 3 minutes to find a decent scoreline. That is the home side, Epiphany Warriors. Army again. And they've decided not to do what they did at first. Army go again with a chance to make it 3. Offside. The reaction from the technical team of Army sums it all.
Yeah. That was close and thin there. That was why the reaction from Army Ladies.
Their technical bench.
Yeah.
And actually, these are some of the moments that some fans would crave to have. A VAR operation as well in Ghana. Maybe, just maybe with time.
Yeah, with time.
It will take effect. Throw in, going the way of Epiphany Warriors, who would fancy that long one. Epiphany Warriors.
Well, you can hear the home fans shouting and screaming penalty, but center referee Lovia is not going to fall for that.
Goal kick with just a minute left plus additional time. Waiting to see what actually the final scoreline would be here. We've had some nervy moments in this game. This is actually a painful time to concede.
Yeah, very painful time to concede. And it's all about keeping your focus, not allowing any error to get past you.
Adama Al-Hassan would have no trouble at all. Epiphany, another great header from Angelica Sambek for Army Ladies. Patience Ajeti. She did it so calmly, and it will be 4 minutes of additional time. 4 minutes for Epiphany Warriors to get the equalizer, and that you would say is a decent result for them, looking at what they've actually put in terms of performance.
Yeah, for Epiphany Warriors, looking at what they've done in front of their home fans will love what they've seen, but they will feel if not winning the game, at least a point at peace, having a draw would have been a decent one for them, the home side Epiphany Warriors. But additional time, 4 minutes. It's all about how Epiphany Warriors will respond. And to Army Ladies, it's all about managing the game. Free kick for the home side Epiphany Warriors.
3 minutes left. Will the impossible happen? I wouldn't even want to say impossible, because in football everything is possible. We've seen some nerve-breaking last-moment goals. The famous of it all has to do with the 2012, where we had a contest between two big clubs in the world, Manchester United as well as Manchester City. Just when Sir Alex Ferguson thought that he had done the job with Manchester United, Aguero said, hold on a minute, I'm not done yet. So football is a game full of uncertainties. It's a game that dictates its own time, a game that dictates its own moments, a game that dictates its own results. Effort might count, but football would determine the final scoreline. That is what we are witnessing here. A brief summary of what has actually transpired between Epiphany Warriors as well as Army Ladies for the second game of the match day 1 of the Malta Guinness Women's Premier League. Army Ladies and Safiatu Salifu came out. Army getting their goalkeeper, Esther Sapon. She has been calm, but very, very, very useful for her side.
Yeah, of course, calm, but very solid with the organization, and also knowing what to do anytime that she needs to act the sweeper role and come out to gather herself.
50 seconds more for everything to come to an end here at the Medina AstroTurf. Epiphany Warriors are on the verge of losing their first game of the season. It would absolutely be a very devastating and heartbreaking moment for the players and the fans who thought that they had put in all. Army Ladies, on the other hand, are leaving no stone unturned when it comes to defending the only goal that has restored their lead again. It's all over here at the Medina AstroTurf. Army Ladies, a service team came, they saw the situation, they saw the atmosphere, and they are living here as conquerors. They have beaten Epiphany Warriors for the third time, so far as the Malta Guinness Women's Premier League is concerned. It ends here after 90 minutes of action. Home side Epiphany Warriors 1, Army Ladies 2. Goal in third. You need to be much more sharper up front. That would have been the predominant message from Epiphany Warriors. Army in the half of Epiphany Warriors. Adama Al Hassan with a beautiful cut in there.
Yes.
A short one taken for Epiphany Warriors, Berlin. Up against Army Ladies. And Epiphany are still holding on to a goal that was scored for them by... They know that they would have a lot to do in their subsequent games. A lot of corrections to be done. Epiphany Warriors. For Epiphany Warriors. Another attempt.
That was close. She was looking to that kind of nature. That was traveling, but that was just close to beat Esther Sapon on that occasion.
Had it been on target, Esther could have. The hustle and puzzle continues. A goal needs to be scored. Would that be? What is the decision of the referee? To Salif, came out. And this could have, if only Nancy Okoko has already been substituted. Epiphany Warriors, and it's a goal. Beautiful finish from Faustina Tiwa for Epiphany Warriors. Just when your team needed you to come out and score, she does it in a very beautiful manner. All 3 points. Another chance here for Epiphany Warriors. This last one. Perhaps hold on. Or get the winning goal. Army Ladies with a chance, and that is the second goal. Beautifully scored for Army Ladies. They have restored their lead. And that was done by substitute Esther Asamoah Yedom. The first touch was accurate. The second one even better, the finishing.
Their fans here are quiet. Cross being swung in.
Esther Asamoah, Army again. And they've decided not to do what they did at first. Army go again with a chance to make it 3. Offside. Only goal that has restored their lead again. It's all over here at the Medina AstroTurf. Army Ladies, a service team came.
All right, so it's all over here, and tough game we saw today. Army Ladies again proved their mettle. They proved their worth over Epiphany Warriors. Hard fought 2-1 win. Epiphany Warriors came into the game, and the consensus was that we're going to draw parity. But tried as they did, it just couldn't. And so at the end of the day, Army Ladies registered their first 3 points when it comes to the Women's Premier League. Congratulations to Team Army, and of course, better luck to Epiphany Warriors. Let's find out from the 2 coaches the thought that went into the game and how they saw the game. Coach, thank you very much for giving us a little bit of your time. Now, Army Ladies over the years have showed that they are a very strong side. Today, again, they proved that when put to the task, they can deliver. What led to this?
Okay. Once again, thank you for giving me the opportunity.
Yeah.
That is our hallmark. Yes, just as you rightly said, it has never been easy, but we've been able to gather our staffs and also deliver. Yes, we know what we can give out there. So you see, even though, yes, we are not consistent when it comes to the seasons, yes, we are on and off, but yes, still, especially with our first games, it is never easy for any opponent to just ride us off. It is never easy. Yes, so it is our hallmark, and then just as we are saying, discipline also counts all.
Sure.
And that is
sure,
it.
Sure.
Good.
Is there sometimes one is tempted to think that sometimes ladies you overtrain? Is it a fact?
Okay. It's not really.
It's not a fact.
Yes. Even though one of the hallmark also deals with the military component, the training that we go through.
Exactly.
Yes, but we don't factor that much into. Yes, we join a civil association, so we also look up to those things. Or then we give what is out there, especially the current modern patterns, the modern principles of the games. Yes, that we give it to them. Yes, and out of that, when you come to us internally, yes, we also have to add some sort of military training to them, so that to psych, especially with the mental toughness. That is where we deal most. We give it to them because it's also part of us.
Okay.
Yes, and because it will be the overside where you see military. I mean the fitness or the other side of it falling, and no, it doesn't speak well of us.
Okay.
So it's also part of us. That is it.
Okay.
Especially with this season, we have not started well. Yes, we did not start camp well, and I must be frank with you. This is our third game for the season, including the preseason. Yes, we had our first match with Faith Ladies. That was some 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
The second match was Halifax. That was a week ago.
Okay.
Then today is So the preparation.
So given time, Army will bounce.
Yes, please. Yes.
All right.
Yes, of course. Yes,
all right.
of course.
Okay.
Yes, of course.
Coach, thank you very much.
You are welcome.
And
Thank you.
congratulations.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
So they have made us clear. They've made it clear that yes, it's just the first game. They may have won the game, but there's a lot in store for the team, and so we can only hope against all hope that it goes well. But that does not also mean that the opponent has been written off. No, we saw a clear comeback from the team, but obviously luck sometimes also plays a part. Coach, thank you very much. I think you played quite well today. You may have been on the losing side, but the majority of the fans who were here saw clearly that you played well. What would you say went wrong?
Tactically, I think my girls were good.
Okay.
But a little mistake that caused us down. I think the first half, we played in a 4-3-3 formation.
Sure.
But when we were down, we came to push and attack. And we went with a 4-4-2 formation. And we got a goal. But unlucky on our side.
Yeah.
We made a mistake and they capitalized on that.
What's the target for this season?
The target for this season is, as we are underdogs, as I would say, we need to improve more on what we did last season.
Okay.
Last season we were fit, so we are targeting to be ahead of the fit and do well.
Sure.
At least if it happens, we will take the trophy.
I see.
We are down, but we are not out.
Exactly. You're down, you're not out. I still will say congratulations because the fighting spirit clearly was there. They came back, they knew the essence of the game, they knew they had to win. But tough luck, it just wasn't on your side. Yeah. But I'm sure that the next time we have a chat, you'll be smiling.
Yes, sure. You'll be congratulating me more.
Exactly,
yes.
Exactly. All right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir.
Welcome.
Good job. Good job. So again, it has not been that easy, but it's just the beginning of the season, and the coaches believe that opportunities will abound in the game as well, and so there shouldn't be anything worrisome for the fans, for example. The team has already promised that definitely they will bounce back. Let me talk to the most valuable player of the game, and she's a proud player of the losing side. Madam, first of all, thank you very much for giving us this opportunity. Match no na ete was saying.
Oh, match no ne koye pa ba say mistakes ngiti bi na ye na omutumi enya chance ne de share.
Now, but who say mistakes wom there?
Yeah, mistakes beble.
Because mo ba second half no, mo game no improve kakra, afi na mo press it. Book to me share goal cry. It's no be any say oh mo share one here. Second goal no beba. But I said mo yi mo 9 feet pedal no so kakra. Ana.
Yeah, I say ye ba second half ne there na ye place omo. Because ye place omo harder. Ye to me jibo na omo to me enye we. Tell eno na man ye to me ye di share goal.
I see. But season way but I ben na edam we ni so moon players.
Oh, season way there I already say pese yeso yenko calf ni bi. Because Yes, you bet me I ba. You may bet me ako.
Sir. Okay. Target is to go to Africa. Congratulations.
Thank you.
May I sure say next time I be doing come on esere enkwa na obesere.
Yes,
Okay. May that say. Thank you very much. Okay. So the MVP also speaking to us and letting us know that it's just the beginning of the season. There's a lot more to come from the Epiphany Warriors. And so congratulations to both sides. But of course, Army ran away with the 3 maximum points. Let's wrap this up quickly. Nana joins me. And Nana, second 45 minutes. Was it what you expected?
Yes, I told you, Army, they are going to come hard at Epiphany because looking at the fact that another security service have recorded a smooth win with 4 goals.
Yeah.
I believe that they were pressing for more. They were not satisfied with the 2-0 that they got or 2-1 that they got.
Yeah.
They wanted more because as police have scored 4, they've already set the pace. Whoever is coming should come with more goals to get points or to overtake them on the league table. But I love the fact that Epiphany was able to get at least a consolation goal.
Yes.
That is what we are looking at.
Yes.
At least it will motivate you that yes, we conceded, but not that margin because we were also able to at least score 1 goal from that. So far so good. I believe it's a perfect reflection for an opener for Women's League after Black Queens qualifying for the Women's WAFCON.
Sure.
It has given a pace and then that motivation for the women in the WPL that look, there is a bright future out there for you. If you are playing for the Women's League, focus because we were once like you and today this is where we are.
And on that note, I would say thank you very much, one and all, for joining us. And it's not only the 2 security services in Accra that won. Remember, police won by 4. Army have beaten their opponents by 2-1. In the northern sector, we understand prisons also won by 1-0. So again, the security services are setting the standard when it comes to women football. And it leads one to ask the next inevitable question. Where is the CESA Games? Nana, thank you very much for joining us, and we are glad that you did. We'll be glad to have you again for more analysis.
Thank you for having me.
Exactly, thank you too. And for the viewers out there, we say thank you very much for joining us for this bumper opening of the Women's Premier League. Obviously, we couldn't have done this without Malta Guinness. We say a very big thank you to them. And come next week, we've got exciting action to come from various centers. Just stick and stay to Max TV. We definitely will not let you down. My name is Prince, and on behalf of the entire crew that work tirelessly from morning to ensure that we bring you nothing but the best when it comes to women football, we say thank you very much and bye for now.